Yes, we are live. What's going on, people? It is Friday, March 5th, 2021. I am your host, Mike Tramby. This is the road to 1 million streams. I'm happy to be back. It's been a little while since I hosted a show, and I'm really excited about this show because I got two incredible guests with me, two guys that I've watched kind of, come up in this game, if you want to call it, and have been making some major moves, and they definitely motivate me to be better every day. And that's the one thing I love about BeatStars. We got a lot of dope people in this community. So, without further ado, what up to Jay Grooves in the house? Jay, man, what's going on, brother?
What up? Yo, not much. How are you doing?
Hey, dude, I'm wonderful, man. I'm on here with you guys, so I can't be much better, right?
Yeah.
Glad to have you on board, man. Appreciate you.
Cool.
Donnie Katana, man, what's up, dude? You're next up, bro.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here, Mike. I'm just cooling, man. It's cool. Like, thanks for bringing me on here.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love your energy, bro. You always seem so happy and just, you know what I mean? I like it.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Keep putting that energy out into the world, man. You know what I mean? We need that.
For sure. For sure.
So, guys, if you've never seen this show before, I see a lot of familiar names in the comments and whatnot. But if you haven't seen this show, really, it's just a show to go over people who have reached the 1 million mark on BeatStars. They've, reached it organically, meaning like no fake views or anything like that. We kind of look at all that stuff. Not a lot of people do it, but we have to look at that stuff. If these guys are all organic, they've done it from the muscle, they've done it over time. And I think what you're going to learn from this show and every show, I think this is the 11th or 12th episode, is that consistency is going to be probably the number one thing that everybody talks about. So take what you want from the show, ask questions. I will definitely try to get some questions in that I don't already have planned, but I guess we can just dive into this thing. So we were talking actually before the show, and it's pretty crazy. Like I said, I've watched these guys kind of come through the BeatStars, platform and just, in this game in general. And, Donnie actually reminded me that I had reached out to him in the past and offered him to come onto the platform and kind of be part of BeatStars, which I don't remember, but it's awesome that you remember that. And obviously I did it for a reason because you're super talented. And then Jay, I saw him come up through a contest that we did with him. Jay, how long ago was that, man? Like a year and a half ago? It was 2 years ago?
Yeah, I would say probably 2019 in the winter sometime.
And it was the Insta Hook Jay Grooves, right? I think.
Yeah, Insta Hook Jay Grooves. People sung a hook on one of my beats. That was cool.
Yeah, man. And shout out to K Divine, the guy who won the contest. He's actually working with BeatStars now, which is kind of crazy. So we met him through that contest and working with you. So it's all connected, guys. It's all connected, and building relationships is super important. So that's really dope, man. But like I said, guys, we're here to celebrate you guys hitting 1 million streams. I know, Jay, you got your plaque already. We send plaques out. We pay for them. Design them, we ship them for the members. Donnie, did you get yours already? I think you got yours, right?
Yeah, it's on the wall back there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So we're celebrating that, man. This is a happy show, right? This is a celebration, right? And we kind of just want to go over how you guys got there. And I think both of you have very interesting stories. You both have different stories, but I think we'll find some similarities in kind of what you did to get here and whatnot. So I'm going to start with you, Jay. You're born and raised in Calgary, correct? Or I know you live there now, but were you born and raised? Have you always been there?
I was no, actually I lived in Seattle for a bit, but I was born and raised near Calgary. And then during high school I had moved to Washington in the States, and that's actually where I started music.
Dope. Okay. Cool. How do you like living in Calgary, man?
I like it. It's pretty quiet here. Not a lot comes through here. Not a lot. So it's quiet. Yeah.
Is that a benefit for like the creative side, man? Do you think, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people either living in big cities or just larger known areas or whatever it is. So I'm always curious, like, compared to somebody who's living like downtown New York City with all this stuff going on, like how does the creativity work when you're in like a smaller place like where you're from?
I think the creativity is obviously going to be different for everybody. I think for me, it works really well because I like the quiet, somber type of feeling. With that said, though, there are times where I'm like, man, like I wish I could go to the studio, a studio session with some bigger name artists. I think that would push me a little bit more in terms of like just like my everyday. But I like the vibes that I get from just being out here, like, and it being quiet and stuff like that.
No, for sure. Before we came on the show, guys, Jay was playing his guitar when I came on, so he was vibing out, man. So that's what I was asking. I felt like you were in a zone and doing your thing, drinking Pepsi. It looks like, or no, grape soda. Was that a cup?
Bootleg.
Oh, bubbly. Okay, all right. Doing your thing, man. Well, dude, let's just talk about how you got into music. You kind of touched on, where you lived for a little bit before, you moved and all that. But like, how did you get your start in the music in general? Do you have family members that are musicians or anything like that? Any background of musicians in your, in your family or close knit friends, anything like that? Or like, kind of how did you realize you wanted to make music, I guess, and produce specifically?
Well, okay, so I guess it started from my mom. She never got the chance to be a musician, but she always had that like musical thing in her heart. So she kind of wanted to pass that on to me and my brother. So she put us, when we were very young, she put us into like guitar, and my brother went into violin. And when I was a kid, I kind of wanted to play outside, so I didn't really like it that much. However, when I moved to Seattle, I think like a week in, that's when I downloaded FL Studio, just because I was alone. Like I didn't know anybody there, completely new city.
What year was this? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what year?
2012.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
We kind of have a running. It's not a joke because it's super dope how much FL Studios influenced kind of like this certain generation of producers. But literally every single person, I'm talking 11, 12 episodes times 2 or 3 people every show. So we're talking 40 people probably I've interviewed. Every single one started between like 2007, 8 through 2013. It's all FL Studio. It's just really interesting. If you watch back past episodes. But okay, so you found FL Studio, and then from there, 2012. Kind of what's the story after that? How did it kind of all transform?
On a side note, I would like to say probably they started with the crack version of FL.
Probably. But we're not going to promote that on this show, though.
No. I bought all my stuff now, so I'm good. I'm clean.
I feel you.
Yeah, so I kind of started from there, and that's kind of how I started making friends in a new city. I just came across people who like to rap, and then I would invite them over, and that kind of like kept it going. They would come up with cool stuff, and I would in turn try to come up with cool stuff. Of course, it was all not very good at the time. That kind of pushed me into when I was coming out of high school, and I was actually moving from Seattle back to Calgary, Canada. And then because I decided that I didn't want to go through like regular school. I wanted to be something in the music industry. And at the time, really the only thing available was audio engineering. So I did that, and I went through school, got my degree, and then I had got a what are those called? Where you like work at a studio, like kind of like a mentorship program,
internship or on-site.
Internship.
Yeah, like okay.
Yeah, I got an internship at a studio, which then progressed me like even further.
So that impacted you. Do you think so? Your internship, like you think that, like just having that experience, hands-on, and kind of being there, learning everything. Okay,
for me it did.
Yeah, for me, dude, for my career too, man, in the music industry, I started as an intern. I think it's a great learning experience. I think you really get that hands-on experience. So if it's something that people can do who are watching the show, I definitely would recommend it. But just make sure it progresses to somewhere, right? Like you're not just there to be there. Like make sure you want to be there first of all, and then do what you need to do to kind of get your foot in the door. But no, that's dope, man. So obviously the guitar is a big part of what you do, man. You're an incredible guitarist. Where you said your mom put you in early, but like, was that always part of like your production, or was that kind of something where you're like, you're making beats and then you kind of filter that in later, or was that like from the jump, like, yo, I'm really going to use this, like these guitar loops or make these guitar riffs or whatever it is that you're doing? Like, is that something that's always been part of your sound, or did you progress into that?
It hasn't been always part of my sound. I had quit guitar for probably around 5 years, and I was making beats without a guitar. The reason I started playing a guitar was actually because one of the artists that I was working at the studio that I was doing an internship at, she wanted to start playing live shows. And being one of her producers, she asked me if I wanted to be a part of it. And I was like, I guess, but I don't know what I'm going to play. So I started practicing the guitar like a lot and trying to get my chops up and stuff like that. And then I started making beats with the guitar. I was like, oh shit, this is like
you got something, right? Yeah, you got something. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fire, man.
Yeah.
So 2012, you got on FL Studio, and so there's a gap. I just kind of want to fill in this gap real quick, and then I want to hear Donnie's story. But you joined BeatStars in 2017, November 8th to be exact. So there's about almost a 6 year, because November you're at the end of the year. So 5.5, 6 year gap. Like, what was going on? Was it the internship? What's going on there? You went to school, and that was kind of just what, building your sound, finding who you are as a producer and a musician and stuff like that. I'm assuming, right?
The way I work, I kind of like leave my options to like the back. So like if everything else fails, then I have options to do. And that was kind of like my thought process with BeatStars. I wanted to make sure that I could do it. Like I was kind of like developed. Of course, we're all developing always, but I wanted to make sure that I could provide value and, kind of.
That's you can leave it at that. Provide value. This is something I personally talk about all the time, is you have to bring value to every situation, whatever it is. Definitely. If you're the guy who knows how to play the guitar and can make the best loops, or if you're the person who understands how to do advertising the right way, like you got to just find what you're good at and then provide value for every situation you're in. That is what's going to build relationships. It can't just be like, hey, let me put my hand out and just always ask for stuff. So value is something, guys, you really need to look in the mirror and find out really where you excel and how you can, help other people, not just help yourself. And you'll just watch relationships, flourish, in my opinion, at least. So, no, incredible story, man. Really interesting to learn about kind of how you started and whatnot. But Donnie, man, I want to ask you kind of the same questions. How did you get your start? Where did you kind of pick up music? Was it something family? That kind of like, you had family members who were musicians, or like, your uncle made beats, or whatever it is. I hear all sorts of cool stories. So I'm interested to know kind of how you got your start and what year was it? Like, what year was it around, at least?
I mean, musically, ever since I was like a kid, I was just around it. Like my parents would be playing like Bow Wow or like whatever 90s R&B was trending at the time, or like Kids Bop. Like inside of my parents' apartment, like when I was really young, they just had like music just playing around. So it seems like everywhere I went with my family, it was always something playing. But in terms of music, do you mean like, actually playing something, or do you mean like inspiration where it's like it like made you into who you are today?
I mean, I guess it's kind of both, man. I guess let me simplify it. So obviously you were around music. I had the same background. I was around music all the time, and it influenced me heavily. So that's obviously a part, I believe, just hearing that. So when did you get, was it FL Studio? I guess I just got to ask the question.
Yeah.
I figured.
It was FL Studio, and when I was on it, it was like the most alluring to me because like as a kid I never learned any music theory or any of that, so like it looked like a Game Boy game to me, like with the buttons and stuff. So like you just like flip the switches and a hi-hat would go off and then hit a snare. So like eventually I learned how to use it just by connecting the dots, because like at first I just messed with drum patterns and I was like, oh, this is cool, and then I was like, oh wait, you can make another pattern. Like I just always thought it was locked to one. So when you would add more, you would add like variations to the sounds and then just like build up from there. But like the concept of like arrangement, I never knew about that. I just like FL was just like the drums, and then like I found out about like arrangement and then like adding melodies to the drums and just building off of that.
What year was this at? Do you remember?
What year?
You can estimate too. It doesn't have to be.
I was probably in like the 9th grade when I figured out FL, but like it wasn't very serious. That was when I just found out about it and I like downloaded it once and was just like, all right. And then I'll say like 11th or 12th grade, so like 2014 to 2015.
You're making me feel old, bro. Come on.
Oh, sorry.
I'm joking.
it was like I found out about it and I was like, I'll give it another try because I was in SoundCloud like very heavy around like 2014. Like I just listened to music and the production at the time was so like it wasn't like high grade, like most industry artists at the time. It was on some like serenade, like orchestra, like with some $1 million drum kits, like. But like on SoundCloud, it was a different vibe. Like it was amateur, but it was also very original at the same time. And I was like, bro, like I want to try this out too. So like around like 2014, I started like messing around more, but it was really like drum patterns or like simple melodies that was like 1, 2, 3, like just some simple melodies. And yeah, that's when I got into FL. So I'll say like 2014 is when I really started like learning to make beats.
So what I can see when you signed up, right? So you joined BeatStars in July 17th, exactly 2019.
Yeah.
So what happened in between 2014 and 2019 in those 5 years? And the reason I'm asking these questions is because I really want people to understand that this isn't something that just happens overnight, right?
Yeah.
There's a grind and there's consistency of certain things that happen between 5-10 years. And I tell people all the time, if they're just joining BeatStars, I don't care if they're a platinum selling producer or if they're just starting, like you need to have a 5-year minimum plan for building a business online, because it's more than just uploading beats, right? So I guess what happened in those 5 years, man? Was it? And if you were on another platform, that's cool. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't know if you were, you weren't. I'm just saying. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to say it, but please, like, I'm just curious, kind of what your story was leading up to it. And then obviously, I mentioned in the beginning, I reached out to you and talked to you about coming over to BeatStars. We know that happened. But so what happened from there until I guess reached out or you came over?
So around that time, I'll say like after I graduated high school, my friend Kevin Katani is on BeatStars.
Fire.
I'll say like freshman year when I was in college. I was in college for computer science, and freshman year I was working at a warehouse job, and I worked out with Kevin because he told me about it. So Kevin was interested in beats, but he wanted to post it. Like I knew how to make beats, but I never like thought of posting. I was just like, I just know how to make them. And one day he starts a YouTube channel and he's like, bro, like this is fun. Like he's like, you should do it. Cause like I was helping him like learn. Like he was like, yo, like how do the patterns work? Like how does this work? Like simple things. Like he would call me up. So like I would just help him like just piece by piece. But like he was learning it a lot. Like he was learning online a lot. And he was like, yo, I just made a YouTube. Like I've been uploading beats. Like you should do it too. Like it's really cool. Like I didn't think people would like it. So yeah, I did it. Like when we were at that warehouse job, one day it was super hot outside and it was like mad boxes inside the warehouse spot. And Kevin had a YouTube channel. He gained like a K subs, and then like he just quit on the spot when he saw those boxes. He was like, "Man, I'm done." He was like, it was a hot summer day. He saw mad boxes. He was like, "Man, I'm about to just keep making beats." Like he was like, "I sold a couple leases. Like I'm done. I'm about to just make beats." He just quit on the spot. I was rolling, but he said how to start a channel, so I was like, all right, cool. So I started one, and just as time went by, like I just was uploading frequently. So this was about 2017. I'm pretty sure I uploaded my first beat like late 2017, and from there, it wasn't long until I got like my first beat that like got noticed. Like it was like my third one.
That's what I was about to ask. Kind of like when was that first, I guess, sale or one of the first things that took off? And at that time, were you using a store or were you just kind of selling through email or what were you doing?
At the time, I was what did I use? I'm pretty sure I had a store. I had like a small, like quick, like store, like some quick link to buy beats from, like some simple store. And it was like, oh, you could buy this beat. And I think I sold my first lease about like 20 plus days after I uploaded my first video. And I was hype off of it. I was like, what? Like I bought some Chipotle with it. It was the best Chipotle I had ever.
Chipotle.
Yeah, like I was like, oh my, like it was so good. It was so good because I was like I really made this off of like a beat. Like it was crazy because like as a kid, like in middle school, it wasn't really that much of like a beat community on YouTube like it is now. Like back then it was like dubstep or like what was like drum and bass videos. That's what it was. That's what the scene was. And like that's where I like got into music production, to be honest, because I was like, whoa, that's cool. But like I was more towards hip hop. But yeah. My first video like got noticed I'll say like a month after I posted, like a month and a half. Yeah.
Do you remember what the title and tags were on it? I'm just curious.
It was a Trippy Red X Made in Tokyo type beat. It was called what was it called? Sauced Up. That's what it was called.
Was he dropping anything around that time? Like, what was the relevancy to it? Just you liked it and it sounded like him, or was there anything that influenced you to make it and upload it?
He was just dropping beats around that time. I think it was like when Love Scars first came out.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I'm about to just drop a type beat and see how it does. And like yeah, it did really good. It did really good. Like for like a beat, like it was like my third beat that I dropped. And, like, it did really good.
It's wild. So you just kind of built up your store over time, and then, like I said, you came on the BeatStars and kind of have transitioned, over on the BeatStars side as well. That's cool, man. Your YouTube's huge, man. You got 73,000 subscribers, bro. So I mean, like, how long that took? You said what, 2017? So we're talking 4 years, 3.5 years.
Yeah, because for like a year, even when I got on YouTube, I still didn't really. I wasn't on like grind mode or anything. It was still for leisure. Like when I was selling beats, like when I uploaded a video, I was probably uploading like in 2017 to 2018, I was probably uploading like one video a month. Like I didn't really take it serious until like 2019. I dropped a beat. It was like it's a picture with a green background. It was like sometime like mid 2019. I was like, why not? Like I'm about to just take it serious. I'm about to go like consistent mode. I'm about to drop weekly. Cause I'm like I got heat. I got like songs with a lot of really cool artists. I just like didn't post consistently. I just sort of posted leisurely. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just keep it going. Cause I already have fun with it. So I was like, why not? Like I'm gonna just keep it going.
Yeah.
And that's like mid 2019. Yeah, like summer 2019 is when I really, really locked in and started posting. And then like about a month, 3 months later, like it started building traction, and I just kept it going from there. Like ever since then, I've just been uploading consistently.
What's the consistency look like? Because I know it can look different from some people. Like we had Tundra beats on here a couple months ago. The guy was uploading like 3 beats a day, dude. He has like 2,000 beats in his store. I'm just like, oh, yeah, man. Then there's other people. I was actually looking at both your guys' stats, and while you guys definitely have like a good amount of tracks, Danny, you actually have about 60 more than Jay Grooves. It's not in the realm of like what I've been seeing on this show. And it's not, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. I think what that tells me when I look at this stuff is there's multiple ways of getting there. It doesn't mean you have to post every day. Yeah. It doesn't, so what was your consistency? And then Jay, I want to swing it back to you after this, because I want to kind of get your feedback, because you definitely probably have the least amount of tracks that I've seen of everybody who's been on the show that's hit 1 million. So I think there's something to be told there too. And I think I have an idea why, but I want to ask you that. But Donnie, so like what was your consistency like? What was your schedule?
I was still in school, dude. I was like doing computer science stuff heavy. So like it was like crazy courses. So I was uploading like at least a week. Like if I was able to drop the video, it was like at least a week or like in between a week and a half. And
you're talking one beat, right?
Yeah, okay. Like I was dropping one a week, and I'll say like after I finished junior year, I started dropping about like 1 or 2 beats a week, and it just slowly started building up. So like after March of like 2020, I started dropping like 3 beats a week.
Where are you at now? What's your schedule?
3 beats a week. To be safe, like I can guarantee 3 beats a week, but I go for like Saturday uploads now or like Sunday uploads. Like I sort of just upload like whenever, to be honest. Like as long as it's at a decent time in the day, I don't think it really matters.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to ask, do you think the weekends are a better time? Did you notice something where you're like, wow, nobody's on the weekends, or what was that about?
Ooh, like from talking to like other peers, a lot of people say Saturday uploads are heat. Like Saturday uploads are heat. I think like weird days like Tuesday and Wednesdays are really great days to drop. Fridays are like it's like either or. Like it'll either be really good or like just like flat because like nobody's on. But like like pretty much days you think nobody's on are like the best days to drop.
I think I think Saturdays make a lot of sense, man, and I'll tell you why. So when does music drop? Fridays. So Friday, when if you drop right when music starts, a lot of people are more trying to just hear what's coming out. So by Saturday, they've given a lot of the projects that they're interested in that spin, and trying to and hearing what it is. And then on Saturday, they come and they say if they're an artist, because this is what I've researched and saw that artists will listen to, say, let's use Drake as an example with his project that just came out. Yeah. His search for beats has gone through the roof. I mean, it's already through the roof. He's already one of the top search people. But even with that, people hear it and then they go on BeatStars or they go on YouTube and, they get driven back to BeatStars. Whatever way they do it, they're looking for these types of beats. So I think Saturday makes a lot of sense, man. Just from like a scheduling perspective and just kind of really cashing in on that extra traffic. So everybody watching, I think it might be something you want to test out. It might not work the same for everybody, obviously, but I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. I want to try that.
Yeah, Jigger's is like, I gotta go, guys. I gotta get tomorrow Saturday. No, Donnie, really, really cool information, man. Thanks for sharing all that. But Dre, I just said Dre. Jay. I'm combining Donnie and Jay together. Jay, kind of like, what's your consistency look like? Like I said, like, so total over the, since 2017, late 2017. You've uploaded 186 beats. Now that doesn't take into consideration if you sold exclusives or stuff like that. It won't say how many tracks you have. So give or take like 200 around that area, I would assume. So what was kind of your strategy when you got started, and your consistency and what you did, and then what does your current consistency look like?
Right. Well, I don't know who said it, but when I first got into BeatStars on YouTube, I had heard somebody say that quality and consistency are the two most important things. So if you can consistently post quality content, that it would only be a matter of time before you succeed. So I took that into consideration, and I wanted to start off at a place where I could keep up the quality and post consistently. So I was trying to do, I would say, I think like 1 beat a week when I first started. I was trying to do that. I mean, everybody I've made so many exceptions to that, but and then I saw some producers, mainly GC. Beast. He's crazy.
He was on my first episode of this show. I think if you didn't watch that show back, man, watch all these episodes back. You'll get a lot of gems, and people are going to get gems from this. But go ahead. Sorry.
Are they posted on BeatStars page?
Yeah, so BeatStars YouTube, they should be up there. If not, Twitch.
YouTube.
If anybody needs a link, just hit me up on social. I'll find them for you some way or another. But go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, it's good. So I started seeing those guys, and then I was just inspired. I was like, okay, let's turn it up. I think 2019 would be starting the year that I tried to stay consistent with 3 beats a week. And that's actually where I saw the most growth. I would post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But yeah, that's where I kind of saw the most growth. And then lately I've been kind of slipping. I've been doing 1 beat a week. I'm trying to get back to 3 beats a week, but I've been doing a lot of beats, like beat packs for artists, and trying to get on the placement game, because that's kind of like my goals and where I want to go. Yeah.
Cool. No, listen, dude, I think finding a balance of doing both and doing multiple things, whether it's placements, whether it's sync stuff, whether it's selling online, whether it's packs, sound packs, drum packs, whatever it is. I think it's important, in my opinion, to kind of give yourself multiple different lanes, right? So then, if maybe one side of the business is slower than usual, you still have something to kind of not fall back on, because I don't want to say it's like, oh, this is just the backup plan, but it kind of is, because you kind of have this other thing going. So if you have your online business moving, it gives you more time to be able to do these types of things, right? And take more risk. So instead of just trying to, try to go after only one thing, and then if it fails, then you're kind of screwed, man. It's probably going to make you not in a good mood and not want to do this anymore. So I think it's important, man, that everybody watching is just, try to do a little bit of everything and kind of get experience in all fields, and not just about creating music. I'm talking about learn how to run ads, learn how to do social media correctly, take courses. There's so much free stuff out there. It's try to get versed a little bit in everything. you might be surprised. You know, you might find something that you didn't even know you're interested in, that you are interested in, you're good at. So really quick, I just want to go down your rest of your stats, and I want to go down Donnie's too. But so 186 tracks since you joined. Obviously 1 million streams. You're right at 1 million, a little bit over. Our system doesn't show full numbers at this point, but it kind of rounds. But it's 1 million. 44.1 thousand followers. Your YouTube channel, about 36,000 subs, looking good. So yeah, I mean, dude, your stats are great. Like I said, your track volume is a little lower than some people I've seen. But again, what you were saying about quality and then being consistent doesn't necessarily mean, again, that you have to upload 5 beats a week. I think it's just about finding your rhythm and sticking to it. And even if you miss a week, you just get right back on it, right? You know, there's no, I screwed up. It's gonna, you know, no, you just keep going, right? So, so Donnie, you kind of in the same area, right? You have 249 tracks, you know, give or take, minus exclusives and stuff like that. You're at 1.1 million streams, 18,000 followers, 73,000 subs. So you guys kind of, you know, you both been doing your thing, man. And I think it's evident, right? So I was actually looking at your top selling tracks, you guys, and you have Jay, you have one track, man. What is it? Cafe in Paris. That's just, I remember just seeing that thing just flying off the shelves, that track. But it's interesting because that's your top selling beat, right? So so everybody knows too, like on the marketplace, you can go to any profile of any producer you want, and if you click on their tracks tab, there's a filter that you can look at basically that will tell you the most played, most sales. So this is all front facing stuff. It's not like I'm pulling stats from, like, you know, the back end, but your top selling beat has 81.5 thousand streams, and then your second one has 145,000 streams. So it's interesting to see that your top selling beat actually has less streams. Do you have any idea why that's happened? I don't know. Or it's just kind of a fluke thing. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. So it might just be a fluke thing, man.
I wish I knew all this stuff, because then you can recreate it easily. I have no idea. I think the vibe that I was doing for Cafe in Paris, I don't know. When I made that beat, it was like probably the most emotional time for me that I was making beats. So something like supernatural came out in the beat for me. I'm not a singer too, and I actually sung like the pad vocals on that. So I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, I think you just answered the question, man. There are some unique things that you did for this beat, and people noticed, right? Yeah. So streams, I guess what my point is, or what I was trying to get at, is streams don't actually necessarily mean more money or more sales. Just like you can have 1 million TikTok followers, but you got 20,000 streams on your Spotify song. Like, not everything translates over, man. You know what I mean? Like, so it's you got to kind of take that stuff at face value. But I think what's really important about why that is your top selling track and has less streams, it's just because it's really a great beat, and there's things that you did on it that, you know, are unique and that people took notice to. So it's going to convert at a higher rate. So, but your second one that had 145,000 just about is called In a Daze. And then your third top selling one was Like We Used To. And we're going to listen to all these too in a little bit. But your third most selling one had 37,000 streams. Now, for Donnie, yours are interesting. So you don't really have one that's like 100 and something thousand. Yours are all pretty, like, almost in the same realm, right? Like Dead End's your top one, about 44,000 streams. Mars Part 2, your second is about 31,000 or 30,000 streams. And then Call Me, it's about 20,000. So what do you think, man? It's just more of the consistency side of things. You know, your stuff is a little bit more balanced out. It's interesting, man. It's just, I don't know if you guys ever look at this type of stuff, but it just intrigues me.
What I noticed is like traffic from uploads, so like it kind of like balances out. Like it'll go, like the numbers will like slowly rise. It's like a nice slow rise for like each upload because of YouTube, I'd say. So like it's not like as unbalanced as like. And like it would be like if I ran ads on a beat, right? Like if I ran ads on like Dead End, it would probably be like really unbalanced, like compared to everything else. Not like it's a bad thing, but like most of my traffic is generated from YouTube. So like usually it'll like either correspond to the video, or if anything, it'll show who's interested to at least click the link and see like what does it sound like on BeatStars, or, you know, see the price, or et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, like it's it is quality. Yeah, that's something I also forgot to mention. Like quality really does supersede consistency. Like I'd rather drop a beat I know is good, which is a weird thing because you never really know when a beat's good. Like because
Yeah.
it's like because like you hear it like 5 days later and you're like, wow, like I hate it. But yeah, like quality is way more important than consistency because you could drop like 3 straight trash beats on time and everybody like,
Mhm.
yo, nah, like that's
Yeah.
not it. But if you drop like one quality beat and go away for like a week and a half, then people are waiting for that other like quality beat. So like I
It
say
ties
try
into
not
the
to,
branding.
yeah, like don't stress too much about like if you don't have nothing to upload, don't stress too much about it because you could just work on it. Like you don't gotta, worry about it. You could just work on getting that quality sound instead of, oh, I could just drop away this throwaway or whatever.
Yeah, man.
But
I think
like,
I think something too people need to understand and realize is that music is evergreen, right? And evergreen meaning it technically never really gets old.
Yeah.
And if something's dope and it's good quality, you can market that forever, right? Like think of like some of your favorite songs, right? It might be from 10 years ago, maybe from last month. They have some type of element that people, or yourselves resonate with, and you'll always go back to it. And you don't really take into consideration, oh, this song's 10 years old. Like, no, it's just a dope song. So
Yeah.
I think that's where the quality comes in because people are going to really kind of resonate with that. And no matter what, you can still market those beats if they're great. Like I guarantee you're going to be selling Cafe in Paris for the next 10 years if you keep it up and don't sell it
Yeah.
exclusively or something. They
No,
will
no.
keep selling, man. Like, I mean, quality beats will keep selling. So I agree, guys. I think quality is the number one thing you should focus on, and then scale up as you kind of get that down and be consistent with it. So, but no, really interesting to hear, guys. Thank you for sharing all that with me. Something else I wanted to just touch on really quick is you guys are both BeatStars publishing members, so congratulations and welcome to the squad.
hey,
Love having you guys on board. I'm hoping we can make history together. We can all be in the same room, hopefully in the near future, and
hope to.
celebrating these wins. So so that's dope. And then 2 more quick questions. Jay, I'll start with you. Do you offer free downloads on your beats? Yes or no? And if it's either one, why? I guess, or why not?
I don't. I kind of before I started, I kind of thought about it. On one hand, it seems like free as a tag tends to get more views. However, when I was thinking of the branding of my brand and how I wanted to portray myself, I did want to portray more of like a high-end scale business and brand. So I chose not to personally.
Okay. Donnie, what about you, man?
So me, this one's twist. So it's no, I don't do it. But this is what I do. The main reason I don't offer free downloads is because like on YouTube, it's like a new trend to now offer free for profit beats.
Yeah,
And you'd be
No.
amazed at how many people will like see the word free and like free download and be like, I'm about to throw this on Apple Music, baby. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
But what I do is I use Instagram and I'm like, yo, I got a beat pack for anybody who wants it. Just send me a DM, send me your email, whatever, or just reply to this. And I have a link that I send them, and it's like, oh, yo, put in your email here, put in your name, and you'll get your beats. Yeah, and it's basically it's a Dropbox link that like it'll explicitly say these beats are nonprofit, like it's a README. So you check the README out, and then it's like just a couple beats that I selected for them to do it. So it's not like all of my latest uploads. It's just like a mixed bag of beats that like I just was like, like I don't think enough people are rapping on this, so I'll just put it in a free pack, and if they like it, they'll like contact me, and like plus I get their email. It goes to an email list, so I can just email them.
I'm gonna give you a gem right now, Donnie, and everybody in the chat. You what you're doing on Dropbox, you can do all that on BeatStars, man.
Whoa!
You don't have to drive them anywhere else, man. So because what's happening is you're giving them something free in a Dropbox, which is great. You're getting their emails, and that's the goal at the end of the day, get that data. But what if they're in your store doing that, and then they're like, "Oh shit, what is this?" And then they hear something, and then it turns them into a paying customer. So you can easily make an album on BeatStars, put everything to free. You don't even have to really promote it like that. A lot of people look over the album section. So unless you're promoting it heavily, they may miss it. But basically, what you can do then is just offer those free beats for an email, And then you can actually customize the contract however you want it. So that README file can be your contract. You go in there, delete the contract, you write it out and say, hey, this is what you get for it. And then every beat that they're downloading for free, now you have a paper trail because you're not giving anybody a paper trail, bro. So that's something that we could talk after, man. I'll show you some
All
stuff.
right, cool. That's sweet.
That's
I
cool.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, man. So
Jeez.
that's the reason I asked too, is because listen, I'm never going to tell somebody. I'll make suggestions and give my opinion, but I'll never tell somebody like, yo, you have to get free downloads. But if you're uploading to YouTube, if you're uploading to Instagram, people are going to steal your shit no matter what.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, they're going to get something. So if you can leverage that right and get something in return, like an email and then a paper trail and stuff like that, and get them into your I guess you could call it your funnel. I would prefer to do that. I think there's more benefit to it. But like I said, we can talk after this, and I can show you guys some stuff if you want. But super cool, man. Let's see what else I got for you guys. There was one other question I had too, but now I forget it. Let's listen to some beats, actually. Damn, it's already 3:40. This show goes so fast, man. I don't even realize. I already got Jay stuff. Let's play. We're gonna play those top 3 selling beats so people really can hear the quality and kind of what you're working with, guys. Let's see here. Share screen. Let's see. Share audio. Boom. All right. All right. Everybody can see my screen, correct?
Yep. Perfect.
All right. So like I was saying earlier, if you go to Jay's page, congratulations on the verification too, by the way.
Dude, thank you.
Yes, sir, man. You deserve it. You can kind of go down to the tracks and basically you can go to sort and you can all these different things you can sort by. So we're going to just do top selling. This is, if you don't see a number, you just know that's the one he's highlighting. So we're just going to skip to number 1. Cafe in Paris. Guys, when I play these tracks, just mute yourselves. And then when we're done, we'll talk about them. You can just unmute.
Okay.
Yeah, let's check these out.
Grooves on the track.
That's you right there, Jay Grooves, with a thumb. That's you right there. That's you.
Grooves on the track.
Man, oh man. Whew. Bro, vibes for days, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely quality content. Definitely puts me in the zone.
Yeah, he-
Yeah, dude.
Make some babies.
That's
Oh, yeah,
I'm saying, man. That's dude. Vibes for
nice
days.
vibes.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Amazing stuff, man. Let's check out Donnie's stuff. Donnie, too. I just realized I never mentioned when I looked at
Yeah.
your page that you're from Baltimore, man. Because I know I shouted out where Jay Cruz was from. So Baltimore in the house, man.
Yeah.
If you want to add anything to that, go ahead. But if not, we're gonna play these.
Oh, to
joints.
Baltimore. Oh, it's nice here. It's cool.
I dig it, man. I'm about 2 hours away, man. I was just there last year. I gotta come back.
Nice.
I love that city.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool here.
dope stuff, man. All right, let's check out what you're rocking with, man. We got Dead End. Let's get into it.
Go.
We went from PG to rated R really quick.
What up, Donnie? And be making waves, boy. And be making waves, boy. What up, Donnie?
Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch smacking, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch killer, killer. Pistol packing, never slacking, bitch smacking, killer.
What up, Donnie? What up, Donnie? Donnie Katana. What up, Donnie? What up, Donnie? What up, Donnie?
What up, Donnie? What up, Donnie?
I said, psych. I was about to hit him with the freestyle, man. Somebody said I might.
Yo.
I was about to go in.
Nice.
No, straight heat, man. Straight heat. You guys, whew. This is gonna be a tough one, guys, because I was telling you earlier at the beginning of the show. There's something I do at the end, close to the end of every show, and everybody who's been watching the show kind of knows, what's coming. But I try to put people together who, one, I know have never met, right? Two, don't really have never collabed, nothing like that. So my challenge to you guys is to figure a way out how to collaborate, and obviously then put it on BeatStars. But that's the goal. It's bringing people together. That's what BeatStars is about. So I'm challenging you guys to find a way to collaborate. I think you have two completely different sounds, but I think something can be done. So if you guys are up for the challenge, please let me know, and we'll make sure we get that playlisted and reposted for you, and make sure people are hearing it, because you guys are both amazing producers, man, and besides that, just great human beings and great people, right? Like, super easy to talk to. You guys are very forthcoming with information, and I think that's something people overlook. You guys don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to tell anybody anything, and you don't have to give advice, but you guys choose to. So thank you for that. And incredible work, man. Seriously, guys, keep it up. I'm hoping we can make a new show called 2 million streams, and we can do this again when you guys hit 2 million streams. But before we get out of here, guys, we got like 4 or 5 minutes. Donnie, I'll start with you, man. Just talk to the people, let them know kind of where they can find you, anything you're working on. I know you've worked with some dope artists too, man, in the past, and are going to in the future. So just let them know what you're working on, where they can find obviously your BeatStars, if you Instagram, whatever you want to give them, and then also if anybody else wants to reach out for collabs, if you're open to that, and what the best contact is.
Yeah. All right. So you can follow me on Instagram, pretty much any social media platform. You can follow me at Donnie Katana. I feel like Instagram's the easiest, or YouTube. Just search up Donnie Katana. I'm part of a collective. It's me and 7, 8 other guys now. Katana Collective. We're all over YouTube. We're all over YouTube. Like, kind of taking it over with just our authentic sound. It's like a trademark sound, but it's still a collective. It's not like, oh, you have to sound like this, but we just all mesh our styles together. We collab all the time, and it's like, it's a collective. It's heat. We have a Katana page for it, and we also have a channel called Katana Worldwide on YouTube that we're about to be posting videos on. So we're gonna be running tutorials, cookups, all types of videos. Katana Worldwide. You can just look that up on Instagram too. Donnie Katana Worldwide. That's it. BeatStars, YouTube, anything. Search Donnie Katana.
Love it, bro. Yo, thank you so much for coming on here, man. Like I said, you didn't have to, and you did, and you were awesome. You gave some great advice. We got to hear some dope beats. So just thank you for coming on. Thanks for being a member and just rocking out with us, man. We appreciate you to the highest. So, Jay, man, talk to the people. Same thing, man. How can they find you? Any contact information you want to give out? What you're working on? All that good stuff.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, Instagram. I don't post a lot out there, but j.jgrooves. I'm always searching. I'm always looking through the DMs and stuff. Even though I don't reply to all of them. But J Grooves on YouTube. That's where you can find all the latest beats that I post. And if you want to send me an email, j@jgrooves.com. I'm always looking through my emails. And I like working with anybody who's good and passionate about what they do. So
love it. Same thing to you, man. Thank you for being on here again. You didn't have to.
Thank you. There
Yeah,
you go.
of course, man. You know, it's been a pleasure, watching you come up, through BeatStars and the contest, like I said earlier, and just watching you progress. It's just crazy, man. It's like we're watching history be made. So I'm looking forward to, what you guys have in store. I am going to follow up in the next month to see if the collab happens. So if I'm annoying, just let me know. But I got to start pushing people, man. I ask people this, and I realize I never follow up with any of these people. There's so many dope collabs out there that should have happened that may not have happened. So I got to get on people's ass about that and get them going here, because we need like a 1 million road to 1 million streams playlist or mixtape or something, man, that has all the collabs on it. That'd be kind of fire.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit up Jay Grooves right after this stream. I'm gonna be like, hi, Jay Grooves. I'll be like, hi. That's gonna be heat. It's gonna be crazy.
Get it. I love it, man.
Cool,
I love it.
cool.
Well, everybody, man, thank you for checking out the Road to 1 Million Streams. Like I said, my name is Mike Trampy. I had to say it in that podcast voice. BeatStars Community Director, aka the Producer Whisperer. Find me on IG and all those good things. Pleasure to have Donnie Katana, Jay Grooves in the house. Appreciate y'all, man, for real. If you guys need anything, on one IG message, email, phone call away, just let me know. And thanks everybody for watching in the comments, for keeping the chat live. We appreciate everybody. But yeah, we'll catch you next month on the next episode of Road to 1 Million Streams. Thanks, y'all. We're out of here. Peace.